Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nations Cup, the Sweden qualifier. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having even more clowns, and on the right-hand side, it is going to be Motståndarlaget. And this is your Poland, excuse me, not your Poland qualifier, your Sweden qualifier. Now, the rules will work similarly to how Meta Madness works, but there are no initial global bans, so everything is open and available. Now, how do how do heroes get banned away? Well, it's not through the ban phase, it's through the pick phase. So, after we go through Towers of Doom, the 10 characters that will be played on this map will no longer be pickable for the rest of this best of 5. So let's say there's a first pick, a Nubrak. A Nubrak can no longer be played throughout the series. But if something like Lucio is banned away, Lucio is still playable in the series. He's just not available for this map because obviously he's banned away. Thank you all for the follow. I appreciate it. If you're new to the stream, I hope you at least hit the follow button as we do a lot of Heroes content on the stream. So Towers of Doom, map number 1, not a bad place to take your enemy for a best of 5 series. A lot can be done here when it comes to just the lane push priority through bottom. Double Soak can have a little bit of a back and forth brawl between the two solo laners consistently. And well, depending on also which one you're going into, like something like a Malthael into Leoric could harass the Leoric a little bit here and there. I have experienced it in my own games, or even like a Zul. Zul Double Soak can actually be a little bit of a annoying hero to deal with because of the amplified siege from his skeletons. No Medivh shenanigans, no Genji, no Lucio. These are all kind of norms here. Do we get a Vikings ban? Vikings is that one sort of hero that's or I guess that one triplet that's really good on a map like Towers of Doom. Eric is great for harassment and delay around objectives, double soaking between Olaf and Balog, while the rest of your team pushes the bottom lane. Things like Sergeant Hammer are strong in this on a map like this, so we're gonna have to see what everyone wants to lean into. But Hanzo is up and available as well. Brightwing, of course, I was going to mention, is a very strong hero. Joanna is up and available if someone wants to go into Joanna. The double shield glare with the Zealous glare at level 1 is a fantastic way to delay out objective phases with just the shield glare value. And also, her team fighting strong. You can go into Falling Sword if you want an extra cleanse for your team. Level 20 upgrade's extremely strong as well. What will be the first 2 picks, the 1-2 punch from the side of Motståndarlaget. That's Diablo Falstad. Okay, we're looking for a very strong 1-2 punch. I don't know, in EU, I feel like I see a lot more auto-attack direction for Falstad players. I do like the ability of going Gathering Storm at level 1. You build up that hammering damage, but also we could see Secret Weapon at level 7 regardless of the build for that poke potential. It is a very good utility. Speaking of poke, we've got Hanzo, we've got Blaze. We've got a very great draft from both these sides. As we get into our second ban phase, the members of Even More Clowns, I'm assuming that Blaze is going to be a main tank, so probably going to be looking at either a ranged assassin that they don't want to deal with, or something in the solo lane that just might mismanage or might delay out or cause some sort of struggle for their own solo laner. We're going to have to see here as we get a Garrosh. Okay, so Blaze could be considered still that solo lane. They don't want to deal with Diablo into Garrosh, so Garrosh should be banned away regardless of whether or not that Blaze is main tank material or not. I would expect this to be a healer ban priority once again. Yeah. Rhaegar is extremely strong with a composition like this. Ancestral Healing, Farseer's Blessing. Great pickups right there. But they won't be available for this map as the Rhaegar is banned away. So we get a Diablo Falstad. Gonna need some more burst ability, gonna be needing a healer, and gonna be needing a solo lane. Could see a Falstad double soak between top and mid. It's not very common, but maybe they want to try and throw off the meta a little bit here in the draft. Doubtful, as Dahaka is going to be grabbed, and I was going to say Dahaka is still up and available. One of the best double soakers on a map like this because of the enhanced agility at level 1. His brush talk is great as well to be able to dive into team fights. Last 2 picks on the left-hand side, going to be that Brightwing Hanzo Blaze. Into Dahaka, double soaker. I mean, Malthael's fantastic. If you don't want to pick up a Malthael too early on in this best of 5, maybe you consider Zul. Maybe you consider Leoric. It is going to be Blaze solo lane. Blaze will be the solo laner, a Nubrek will be picked up as well, and a Maiev on top of that. This is a very, very strong composition from the side of Even More Clowns. Motståndarlaget, what do they want to round out their draft with? They need a little bit more damage. That Falstad I don't think is going to be enough. They could go into hypercarry Falstad. I don't know if that's the direction they want to go. If they want to go more bruisery or not. So they are going to be going into that sort of bruiser melee assassin direction with Thrall. He is labeled as a bruiser, but man, oh man, can he be a melee assassin. Also, the ability for Rolling Thunder into Blaze and Ubrak is a strong pickup. Earthquake is great. Sundering can be strong as well. Very good draft from both sides. I very much like the draft from both sides. So let's go ahead and start a prediction. Which team wins Towers of Doom? Even More Clowns? Or that is not the name of the team, because I did not have it on my copy. Alright, 2 minutes, you know the dealio.
Hey, listen!
Prediction has begun. Which team is going to be winning this map number 1, Towers of Doom, here in the Sweden qualifiers? I really like both their compositions. I don't know who really comes out on top of this. I think, obviously, it's, you know, execution is kind of a catch-all sort of statement, but there's so many factors on both sides that played well into each other. Thrall is extremely strong. Got the Blaze AoE stuns, a Ubrak follow-up CC, Diablo displacement, Gust from Falstad. But we're going to have to see it here. On the left-hand side, we have the members of Even More Clowns. We got Gia on the Hanzo. We've got Henning on the Brightwing, Svampgrada to be playing the Blaze, Lauber on the Anubarak, and Skog on the Maiev. To the right-hand side, we have Motståndarlaget. We've got Breeze on the Diablo, Make on the Falstad. Sven will be playing the Dahaka, Captain Rex on the Stukov, and Zero 2 on that Thrall. You've got a few more moments to get your gambles in if you would like to. As you can see the level 1s, you'll be able to see a moment of the first engagement, I do believe, before that bet does end. Hansa going into simple geometry. Anubarak with the regeneration globes at level 1. Anubarak fishing around for more globes, make himself more tanky, get higher regeneration value as well. Diablo with the Soul Shield at level 1 and Dahaka enhanced agility. Blaze up in the top lane already as Falstad begins poking out with his Gathering Storm, building up those stacks. That 30 mark is a nice jump in damage, but it is an uncapped quest. First objective phase will be left and right as always, but the RNG is going to be in the center position, as that'll be where our third objective or also will be spawning. Breeze goes in with a Shadow Charge, couple of binds from Skoog onto a few as Lauber gets a burrow out, and it's going to be the Stukov to fall first in this engagement. That's a nice snipe from Gia. Zero is going to be going down, and that's a quick
triple kill
over to the side of Even More Clowns. The circus is in town, ladies and gentlemen, as Lauber and friends will be going ahead and grabbing themselves the siege camp on the right-hand side. Wouldn't be too surprised to see the break off onto the left to be able to grab their a secondary and put more pressure into this bottom lane, as Breeze not going to be hit by that scatter, as the 1-2-3 sappers make it into the high tower in this bottom lane. Maev's already broken off from this bottom lane engagement to be able to grab that camp with the help of Gia on the Hanzo. Blaze doing double soak duties as Falstad helps clear out the wave a little bit faster so Dahaka can speed himself back into top lane. Lauber not first blood. I know, right? Isn't that wild? He's learned. It must have been the ritual. Lauber being 3 minutes late for the event today. That must have been the ritual. It actually turns out Lauber was playing a round of, what is it? What is that? Is it Predator? Predators? It's a third-person MOBA game that Lauber is playing a bunch of. Not sure if he still plays. A huge jump robot from Skoog as Lauber goes in for a burrow charge, but doesn't land the CC. Diablo Breeze with an overpower. The lurking arm from Stukov as 1-2 sappers make it in. That's Breeze going down, and another kill to the side of Even More Clowns here in the Sweden qualifier. Hanzo already done with level 1 simple geometry stacks, explosive air at level 4. We are going to see the dream shot for the Brightwing. It's not a guarantee, but sometimes when we see this, it means we will have Hush later on for the level 16 pickup. It's a really cool talent. But Dream Shot, the nice thing about it, even if you don't go into Hush or whatever, you have that range increase. You also have the cooldown reduction. So, cooldown reduction, range increase, and I do think there's, isn't there synergy with level 1 as well? Nearby enemies, deaths. Okay, no, I thought there was if you hit the center mark. No, I'm thinking of the trait. I'm thinking of the passive, the Soothing Mist. That's the cooldown I'm thinking about. Alright, top left and right will be traded out by the Blaze and Dahaka as the Blaze moves into mid lane for more soaking. Diablo's hanging out there as well. Dahaka up in the top lane. Burrow charge short distance from Lauber, and it looks like the altar will be given away. With 4-0 in kills, this is going to be a significant chunk of experience over to the side of even more clowns, as they've got, what, let's say 3/4 of a level lead over the side of Motståndarlaget. Top lane, though, Blaze is going to be just pressuring Sven, not even really much to force Sven to utilize any essence or anything like that. Bottom lane, Fort Front Gate has gone down. See, quick clear into mid lane so that Blaze can just manage the top really quickly. Alright, another invade onto the camp will be had from the side. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's get rid of that player icon really quickly. Just swapping between the visions, seeing how they're going to play it. This Breeze goes in with a Shadow Charge onto Hanzo, who doesn't get the agility out, actually. Falstad on the point, managing to cap the camp as Blaze has come down. Doesn't land the Jump Propulsion onto Sven here. Drag not connecting from Sven either, as a huge impale from Lauber will connect. 0-2 is the target with an Umbral Bind. Phase Shift from Brightwing coming through as well, and that is going to be a Thrall going down. We'll be able to finish out their level 4 stacks. The Captain Rex not able to get a healing pathogen out fast enough. And another objective phase shouldn't be far off from announcement, but I do want to point out the death timers are quite low, so that is going to be enough time for Breeze and Zero to respawn back onto map. Whew. Let's go grabbing the camp on the left-hand side over here as Dahaka. I'm assuming he's got Brush Stock up and available. Yes, he does. That laugh right there signifies 5 minutes into the map, but also signifies the boss is up and available. Breeze getting a few souls here in mid lane as he clears out these minions, and this is going to be, I guess, the altar phase given away since we have 10 talent here already onto the left-hand side for even more clowns. Well, just about here. So we cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experience looks like at map number 1 here in the Sweden Qualifier. Containment Disc just shy of Make right there. 3 Sappers still available. Lurking Arm does stop the charge from happening, but here comes the Burrow, the Impale, a follow-up Dragon's Arrow from Gia, and that's a dead bird. Falstad going to take a nap for the next 18 seconds as this is Captain Rex to fall as well. I don't see a world where this Stukov finds his way out of the engagement. A very fast
double kill
for the side of even more clowns as they are coming out, firing on all cylinders for this map number 1. Good burrow from Sven, doesn't get the Lurker String bop back, but I don't think Sven's going to be in too much of the trouble here as they tap the bush and they speed boost right out of that mid to top engagement. Falstad does his best to clear out the bottom wave as we wait for 10 talent here on the side of Motståndarlaget. We did see the Cocoon from Anubarak. We've got the Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo. Blink Heals from the Brightwing, Containment Disc from the Maiev, as well as Bunker for the Blaze. On the opposing side, do we get any sort of spice? Do we get any sort of special sauce here? Or is it just going to be tried and true all the way through? Indeed it is. Lightning Breath, Flailing Swipes, Isolation, Gust, and the Earthquake for Thrall. As a double objective phase will be popping up here in the top left and right. Usually these are traded, but with the domination so far being had from even more clowns, I feel like they could invade. I mean, they're about to have 13 talent here as well. Looks like maybe this wave gets it to them. I'm not 100% sure. Brightwing is still in bottom soaking up, so there is that. Blaze gets the left-hand side. The 13 talents here not coming quick enough, and Lauber, Skog, I don't think they interrupt here. I don't think they can get the interrupt onto Captain Rex in time and won't be able to step up for it. So it's going to be 3 to 5 in Skeletal Defender trading. Umbral Bind cleansed away by Sven with the little burrow under the ground. Falstad still chilling in bottom lane. Did he deny any of the snaps? I think he denied all the sappers from that lane. I think he cleared them out. Don't think I heard any of them laugh and make their way over the wall right there. Lobber is going to anchor forward, sees Breeze, going to get hit with a shadow charge. Diablo, full soul stone, lightning breath into the bug. But a fantastic blink heal from Brightwing. Falstead flying in, looking for the Gust, but Falstead Gust just as he dies. Unfortunate, the last breath of Falstead, if you will. As that's a quick kill onto Falstead. 9-0 in kills as Zero gets the Wind Fury out of here. But now, Lobber comes in with another burrow. Flailing Swipe from Stukov creates a gap, and that will be Zero 2 backing away. Oh, man. Oh, my. 9-0 in kills. Well, you'll be happy to know, though, chat, that Fetid Touch is almost done at level 1. So that'll be a cooldown reduction in mana cost. Yay! Silver linings. We're finding silver linings in the engagements, though. Or excuse me, in the map here. Falstead, nice little burrow away in bottom lane. Dahaka does have 5 stacks, which means he's got mount speed when he does. Not Falstead. Dahaka's got mount speed when he taps a bush for 5 seconds, 130%. Falstead with 24 stacks right now. Little difficult for the Falstad as a Dragon's Arrow will connect a huge rumble bind a Cocoon onto the Thrall right now. Captain Rex so very low. Maiev looking for Fan of Knife resets, and that's the Elun's Wrath. Getting some great value. 3 sappers over the wall. Elun's Wrath level 7. Hitting at least 2 heroes with a single Fan of Knives causes the next Fan of Knives to drop a singular. Drop a star on the target, dealing 133. Nancy, thank you for the resubscription for 24 months. Thank you for 2 years of support, Nancy. Resend your alert when we get out of game. Thank you so very much for your continued support and generosity in this channel. Thanks for being amazing. You said, KFC, and my brain was like, oh, you got KFC? What'd you go get? No, the roasted bird. Yeah. Gerald the bird died.
Like all viewers.
Bobber taking a ton of damage here. Goes in for the burrow. The Umbral Bind from Skog is graded into 2 as that is Breeze with a lightning breath trying to force Gia and friends away, and we'll be able to get the natural agility out of that Hanzo. But is there going to be a reconversion of this bell tower in bottom? Not at the time. 1 sapper, 2 sappers are still up and available. Diablo trying to fire stomp and whittle down this wave as Blaze is free pushing top lane. Blaze pushing hard in the top lane, which is fantastic as mid lane also is about 50% on the fort. The longer this fight goes, the better it is for more clowns. Lobber goes in for the fight. I am sorry, Lobber, you are insane. Diablo goes down, Breeze souls reset, Dahaka to fall as well, and that's a containment disc onto Stukov. Maiev goes in, Vault of the Wardens can't get the Umbra Bind to pull back as Falstad barrels back in from mid lane. Blaze pushing up the mid. You're having KFC for supper tonight? Oh, Nancy, what are you getting? One of the Baja cooking stream ideas is to do to make my own popcorn chicken. And I know I agreed this month that I was going to be doing the Bavarian pretzel and beer cheese, but God, oh man, popcorn chicken sounds so good to make. Like buttermilk fried chicken, basically. Oh. Well, bottom lane, Bell Tower gets reconverted over to the side of Motståndarlaget.
One of my towers has been stolen.
2 Bell Towers, and it's GG map number 1 in the best of 5 Sweden qualifier.
Be swift.
Members of Even More Clowns doing a fantastic job on this map number 1, I gotta be honest. As much as we joke around about Lobber, inting and stuff, Lobber's having a fantastic game here, and his teammates are absolutely firing on all cylinders. Isolation gonna go wide. Sven gonna try and back out of this one, utilizing those bushes to get some speed away from Lobber and friends. Falstad in the bottom lane clearing things out. Sappers in the top. Sappers in the top. Sappers, 1 goes over the wall in the top lane. I'm watching this right now as Captain Rex tries to back away. That's gonna be a double kill. 2 sappers, 2 sappers, 2 sappers. 2 sappers will end it through the top lane. The GG is called from Sven, and that'll be Even More Clowns taking map number 1 in this best of 5 series. GG, well played. My apologies. Talking a lot is not the easiest when you still have COVID. Well, I'm negative, I guess, so I don't really have COVID. I'm sick still. Hey, Darth, what's up, bud? You haven't decided. Probably dark meat chicken and pot pie for tomorrow. Ooh, nice. Choose outcome. Which team wins Towers of Doom? Even more clowns. Welcome back into the Nations Cup qualifier. We are at map number 2 in the Sweden qualifier. On the left-hand side, we have even more clowns, and on the right, it is Motståndarlaget. I know I'm messing up the pronunciation, but I got the best phonetics I possibly could. And we're going into Battlefield of Eternity. Now, as we saw on the previous map, Brightwing, Hanzo, Blaze, Anubarak, Maiev, Diablo, Falstad, Dahaka, Stukov, and Thrall were all played. That means that none of those heroes can be picked for this map, nor do they need to be banned away. So what you're going to be seeing right now are still bans that people do not want to deal with. These could either be targeted to specific players, or these could just be bans like Genji. Genji in general in EU is so highly prioritized. And I honest to God wonder if it's something that we'll see throughout this tournament, even at the LAN stage as well. Like, even when we get teams outside of EU, I wonder if we're still going to see that Genji priority because of the low ping, etc. So, Li Ming, Lucio, Genji, and Hogger to be banned away. You still have heroes to race against the Immortals like Raymane, Raynor, Lunara, Cassia. These are all fantastic heroes to race against the Immortal. I don't think they're going to be the priority early on. It's going to be Muradin, actually. Muradin will be grabbed for the side of Motståndarlaget. You did that one a bunch, yes. Mexican second for you, Nancy? Oh, man. The worst part about my days off on Monday are that my favorite Mexican restaurant, which is also very cheap as well,
I will fight to my last breath.
that is the one day they're closed of the week. And so it's like the one day where I'm like, I'm gonna go get a giant California burrito with Al Pastor. No, you won't, Chris. No, you won't, Bahamut. It's not happening. Sylvanas and Rhaegar will be happening. A Tracer on the right-hand side with Malfurion. Hey, this might be the secret sauce that they need to equalize in this score, so they can take it to a 1-1 on the side of Motståndarlaget. The Tracer I'm actually really excited about. I'm excited to see how this works out for the side of Motståndarlaget. But on the left, even more clowns will have a ban and the first pick after this phase. What do they want to get rid of? Maybe a strong solo laner? Something in the solo lane. They could get rid of just more race potential, or something to dive with the Tracer as well, something that's bursty. And I actually like this. This is actually fantastic. It has dive, it has burst, it has CC. It is Sonya. Leap, Leap Sonya is huge. Even if you don't go Leap, Wrath Berserker Sonya is still fantastic with this composition and aggression value. The real question is, who have the worst haircut, Galaxy or Bahamut? What? Is this one of those, hey, the streamer's bald, ha ha ha? Bandit. The internet's really got to figure out better jokes, man. So the Sylvanas Rhaegar, I'm just not insecure about not having hair on my head. Ooh, no. Next two picks coming out, we will be needing some sort of solo lane, going to be needing some sort of main tank, and maybe more race potential. Could see triple bruiser. That is definitely a possibility here. But it's going to be a Chromie Sylvanas. So I wonder if they're going to lean into a Varian maybe for their main tank. Varian wouldn't be too bad to be able to get some just hard CC. Just a point-click stun for Chromie to be able to lock, just dump damage down. I love the idea of a Varian for the members of even more clowns. Motståndarlaget will have what for the last two? There's the Greymane that I was thinking about earlier, and I had mentioned about Dive Buddy with the Tracer. Muradin is also, he's got Dwarf Toss, so he could be a hard initiator with that. And Yrel also can dive, and also the big thing with Yrel is that she has control. Muradin's got some control with the Stormbolt, the Thunderclap, and Yrel's also got the Righteous Hammer as well as the Avenging Wrath for some slows and displacement. And then you have Malfurion. So a good control / dive composition from the side of Motståndarlaget. And the last pick for Even More Clowns will be the Joanna. It's wild that she made it through and I wasn't even thinking about her, but Blessed Shield, Condemn, even Falling Sword if they want an extra cleanse. Really, really, really good compositions from both sides. Let's go ahead and swap into the casting screen so I can go ahead and start a prediction. Which team will win Battlefield of Eternity? Alrighty, you know the dealio.
Hey, listen.
Prediction has begun. Get your gambles in. I'll show you the level 1s once we get into the map. Excuse me. I forgot how to drink water. Ah! Japanese is such a rare thing for me to have. So you always want it. Oh, I couldn't blame you for eating Mexican food every day. God, it's so good. Alright, sorry. I forgot how to drink liquids there. Alrighty, but I know how to cast, I think. On the left-hand side, we have got Even More Clowns. Skog on the Sylvanas, Swamp God to play the Chen. Lauber on the Joanna, Gia on the Chromie, and we have got Henning to play the Rhaegar. To the right-hand side of our map, we have got Motståndarlaget. We got Sven on the Yrel, Breeze to play the Muradin, Zero on the Tracer. Captain Rex will be on that Malfurion, and Greymane to be played by Make. We get into bottom lane, we take a look at the level 1s. You've still got a few moments to get your gambles in for the prediction, and we'll see how Battlefield of Eternity works out for these two teams. What's up, Ashmantle? Thank you. Okay, nice couple stacks for Chromie right there on the deep breathing level 1. Captain Rex taking a chunk of damage right there, but it's not, wait, Chen, hello? Chen, what are you gonna take at level 1, my friend? Svamkrata, why are you holding level 1? I don't need talents to win this game. I'll just play Chen and win the game. As Make's got the Inner Beast active, keeping it up, trying to poke at Lauber here, utilizing the totem as well, but I do think that will expire before a wave is even hit. Alright, Chen still holding level 1. This is it. This is kind of a weird thing, as Yrel has rotated down. The Iron Skin from Lauber will be popped, and the Righteous Hammer is not available for Sven, or not going to be utilized, as the time stop slows down the rotation into top lane. Swampgrata chilling in top here, not clearing out the wave. This is... It's not a super big tactic we see. Well, I guess it's probably more so utilized at higher ranks for Heroes of the Storm, but like this is something you see in like League of Legends and Dota, like freezing your waves and stuff like that. I've definitely seen it in League. I think I've caught it here and there in Dota, but I watch Grubby's stream, but I don't like actively pay attention, if that makes sense. Like I'll be like, oh, Grubby's streaming. I'll go support my friend. I'll leave his stream on and I'll edit a video or something like that. Chen will be going into Freshest Ingredients at level 1. Not really sure why Swamp held that for so long. I mean, we're mid-maxing here on things, but it could be like 3 to 4 regeneration globe stacks rather than 2. So little things here and there, but it's not the biggest. It's not the end of the world. It's 15 regeneration globes needed for Chen. He should be able to get these not too bad, as Swamp will hold the wave in front of the towers. And you can see this is the big thing that I also want to point out here too is. Look at the tower HP. None of the towers, the gate or anything, has lost HP. Sven is or Swampgrad has kept this wave just outside of the range. So there's some really cool little mechanical things going on, and also some just player knowledge that's being utilized as well. Very strong solo laners. Just want to point out these little things that they're able to do that we don't really take much stock of or even utilize in our own games. Lauber for the delay onto Captain Rex, just trying to deny the reset for Captain Rex on the Malfurion's mana. As Breeze does scout out the camp over here on the left-hand side, but won't be able to do too much about it. Greymane cleaving his way through this camp as well, and this will be a faster camp over to the side of Even More Clowns. What's up, Soup? How you doing, bud?
I shall purge your evil from this land, demon.
Feel like Dota's a lot to understand. Yes, it is. To be honest, I still to this day think about, should I have hard committed to Dota when CCL ended? And I don't know if it was wrong or right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure still. I am liking StarCraft 2 stuff. I was just trying to get into the sort of regimen of doing, learning, and playing. It's the hard part, it's just doing it. Bree's gonna get chunked here, able to dwarf toss out. Not the worst in the world when it comes to damage. Just have those block stacks from level 1 as you see that 75 next to Breeze's name as Captain Rex gets chunked down to 50%. Is there a way for Tracer Greymane to get into the backline, kill the kill the Chromie or the Sylvanas? Nothing like that just yet, as we do have Motståndarlaget with their Fallen Shaman tanking tower shots. Swamp Grotto rotates up here for some quick clear, maybe even a regeneration globe. Meanwhile, the camps or the objective phase will be raced down faster over to the side of Motståndarlaget, so they will have first objective Beleth into the top lane, if I'm not mistaken. Should be the more well-defended lane between the two. No, it's actually bottom. What's up, Ton? How you doing? Is it the Soup? Yes, indeed, it is the Soup. Still think HOTS is more fun to watch than League or Dota? I agree. That's why I keep doing Heroes of the Storm stuff. That's why I find myself back in this game like 3 to 4 times a week when I stream 6 days a week. Like, I'm learning StarCraft 2 and I am enjoying it. But a lot of it is like, we're waiting for Stormgate to come out and sink some eggs into that basket and that esport and everything. But I still love this game, and you know, as long as there's tournaments, as long as there's maps, as long as there's players available, I'll keep casting. I love this community, so. And by the way, if you're enjoying my casting, if you're enjoying hanging out, if you want another hero stream to hang out in, be sure to follow. 8 to 7, just about 8 up in levels. No kills just yet. I do want to point that out, and Temporal Loop will be the level 10 for the Chromie. She's got 18 out of 20 stacks on that level 1. We'll take a look at some of that stacking later on as Breeze is anchoring in the bush. No invade under the camp, and we will have all that information at the bottom. For a second, my brain forgot that these were in thousands, and I was like, Chen only has 22? He has 22 siege, that's it? It took me a second there. Sorry, I forgot the numbers swapped into the shorter right there. Make helps out Sven in the top lane. The Immortal phase will be spawning in the east-west positioning, and this will be in defensive positions. We naturally see the vision of the blue team for the objective spawning point. So, for example, if I were to swap over to Breeze, you would see that the Immortal symbol swap from shield to axes in the opposing side. So, since we naturally see the blue side vision spawn point as the shield, these will be in defensive positions on the left and the right-hand side. So, we'll see what is going to be the big play here. Now, my expectation is, yes, there's 12 seconds until the objective, but I feel like both these teams are going to be looking for 10 talents here before going into the objective race potential.
Repent before my wrath.
Still about a quarter level to go. Tracer in this bottom lane, just working on the wave. Top lane, we've got Urel with Greymane doing their best to poke this out. Breeze looking for the flank. It's a haunting wave from Sko, gets right out of any sort of CC from Breeze. Wandering Keg from Chen. Gets the displacement onto Malfurion, but is it enough to actually get a kill onto him? Wailing Arrow will follow through, and yes, it is. 10 talent here on the opposing side. Breeze will get that piercing Stormbolt as well as the cooldown reduction on those autos. Breeze gonna get Temporal Looped. Pops the Avatar. Does he have a Stormbolt to throw back? Urel jumps over the wall, and it's a quick double kill over to the side of even more clowns. Aw, Darth, I appreciate it. Well, I mean, the big thing, too, is, like, you know, Dota gets active support. League gets active support. Are these fun games for me? No. But, like, they actually have development happening. That's the big thing. Urel jumping in, trying to get some displacement here and there with a Righteous Hammer. Oh! Oh! That is a Tracer, unfortunately, walking into too many Sandblasts. A little bit too much of a beach day for Tracer. She will go down. Temporal Loop on Amake. I don't see the Wolf getting out of this one, and that Worgen will be falling here. Captain Rex slowed a little bit by Chen. Yrel with another Righteous Hammer trying to slow down the enemy. Ardent Defender is up and available for Yrel as the 50% mark is achieved in favor for the side of Even More Clowns. All right, Immortals in the north-south positioning, and this is quick race for the side of Even More Clowns. Motståndarlaget will do their best to get some of the shielding down. That's the best they can do on this Immortal right here. Bottom lane, I want to point out really quickly, did have a wave, getting some fantastic value out of this fort, down to about 50%. But the top lane, fort front gate is still fairly healthy, and we'll have a Larian going into that lane. Let's check out his stats real fast before the siege does begin. 17,000 points of HP, and about 10,000 points of shielding, dealing 1,284 damage into structures. We get rid of the little marker on the left-hand side, or the little icon. Sylvanas and Chen will push down the bottom lane fort with Black Arrows. This means the Immortal and top lane won't find as much value, but a guaranteed bottom lane fort, that means periodic catapult pressure, passive experience gain. These are all W's for the side of Even More Clowns. Not the most flashy plays here with the Immortal, but actually, speaking of flash, Chen comes in with a Wandering Keg, and Breeze is Wailing Arrow, Temporal Looped. Breeze is getting a fine welcome into the Nations Cup, as that'll be Sylvanas with a last auto attack getting that kill. Double root from Malfurion with the Emerald Dreams, and Make is trying to make some big plays happen here, but just it's not enough against Henning's heals. Another Black Arrow from Sylvanas will be up and available. The Righteous Hammer from Sven bopping people around. Chen flying, kicking in. He's got enough to share. He's got some flames as well. I don't think it's Withering Flames. I forget the name of the actual ability. Recall from Zero, but that recall is still death. Chen, a little bit of shielding. Ardent Defender from Yrel, sort of dissuading the enemy there. What's the name of the ability? It's not Withering Flame. Just Breath of Fire. Oh, just it's very, very clear as to what the ability. It's like enhanced agility for Dahaka. It's like, what's the name of that ability again? Maybe learning Korean is a bad suggestion, but if you really enjoy StarCraft, I could never learn Korean. I'm horrible with languages. I can learn bits and pieces, but I'm horrible with languages. All right, look at my English. Look at my English, everybody. It's you know, it's there. No, it's all right. You know, here's the heavy copium, chat. Here's the heavy copium, okay? This is the heavy copium. Stormgate will come out with their custom engine and everything, and someone will create Heroes of the Stormgate, and then Dustin Browder will pick it up, and then Dreamshot or Moonshot or Secret Door will make the next big MOBA that we're all into, because Dustin Browder works over there. That's the copium. That's what's going to happen. Skoo gets the Ancestor healing just in time. Haunting Wave out as well. Not going to be tracked down too quickly. Breeze taking a ton of damage in Avatar here. Has to Dwarf Toss out. Make almost getting chunked by the Sand. Sven gets in a Wrath of Aegirus over the wall. No Ardent Defender for 20 seconds as Malfurion is also going to be tracked down by this Trace, or by the Sylvanas, sorry. Sylvanas able to just keep that sustained damage available, and now we get into the first half of this, I believe, third Immortal phase of the game. Really, really well played here from Even More Clowns. Dominant showcasing here in map 1 and 2. Not as flashy in the beginning of map number 2, but that doesn't matter. They're in the lead right now, 9-0 in kills, 16 talent here, just about in the bag. Is this a push to win the game? And now where's the Immortal going? Immortal will be going into top lane. This is a more well-defended lane. It's heavy copium, but there's definitely a non-zero chance. I mean, look at how Dota started. It's, you know, the history of Dota is actually fascinating. I've read about it a bunch of times. Pulse Bomb onto Chen. He drinks through the pain pretty much. No real... I honest to God don't think that any of the members of Even More Clowns are even worried right here. Their health bars are healthy. Actually, the biggest thing they got to worry about is their mana bars. Lauber, Henning, Skoog, Gia, they all have barely any mana. That's kind of funny, actually. The health bars are fine completely. Oh, poor Ice Frog, man. Ice Frog was the guy who created, like, he was like the big guy in the custom Dota thing. I think there was like another guy as well, but Ice Frog was like the big one, and he went to Blizzard and tried to even like sell all the stuff to Blizzard, and then they were all like, "No, World of Warcraft is the future. Why should we invest into anything but World of Warcraft? That'll make us all of our money." By the way, 21,000 HP, 20,000 points of shielding currently. Big healthy immortals. I didn't even look at the damage. 1,548. Yeah, Blizzard shot themselves in the foot like that. That is not a that is a very, very unfortunate factor of it all. But hey, even if Blizzard did buy and did do stuff with Dota, I really don't think it would be where it is today. I think it was actually right the direction Dota went, getting under the umbrella of Valve and stuff. Black arrows were activated from Skog, and that did allow this Immortal Siege to really come through. Oh my god, that's a fantastic Wandering Keg. The Immortal stun coming through as well, and Malfurion will go down. The Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas used on top of all this. The timeout from Chromie to buy a window. Skog gets the sister healing with like 10 HP left in that moment. This is going to be Make able to back away, tap the well. The Immortal has gone to core. Henning finds a bite on the butt. Tracer will go down to Sylvanas. As Greymane and Sven are trying to clear things out around the core, this Immortal is going to be able to take down this core with the help of the rest of the team. Our defender does buy a moment, so Sven should fall here, even though they've got 2 health bars. I want that kill, and the core will fall. Make the lone defender, but this is going to be map number 2. And a Sweden qualifier going over to the side of Even More Clowns. Nice amount of siege for Greymane. What's up, ISO? How you doing, bud? And Blizzard continues to shoot themselves in the foot. No, Blizzard? Shooting themselves in the foot? No way. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nations Cup Sweden Qualifier. This is a best-of-5 series, and we are getting into map number 3, Garden of Terror. This could be the final map in this qualifier. There are other future qualifiers. I was looking today. There's a France qualifier, a Germany qualifier. The Germany qualifier actually has 3 teams, which means that there's going to be 3 best-of-5s for that, since it's a round robin. So a little bit more action from Germany, which is exciting. I'll keep my eyes peeled on when those other qualifiers are happening. I found out about this one this morning when I got out of the shower and I had a DM from Rob. So shout out to Rob for giving me a heads up that this is happening today. I'm in the Discord and everything. There's so many Discords I miss messages here and there. So shout out to Rob for making sure we don't miss any of these qualifiers. And as I said, I'll do my best to catch the other ones in the future. Also, I will be putting up all the VODs on YouTube with spoiler-free additional time, much like I did for Meta Madness, so be sure to get yourself over to the YouTube with exclamation YouTube. But we are here into map number 3, what could be the final map in this qualifier. I personally am hoping that we can go into a map number 4. The reason being is the way that the play style and the draft style works for the Nations Cup. Very similar to Meta Madness, there are no base bans, meaning there's no like, oh, the global bans are Anduin, Blaze, Genji, blah, blah, blah. This is, you start the series, all 90 heroes are available. Of course, you get your 6 bans in total as you ban heroes out. That does not add them to the ban list. The heroes that are banned are the ones that are played. So we've had 2 maps so far. That means 20 heroes of the 90 are unavailable, plus another 6 through the ban phase. So what are we going to start things out with here for the side of Motståndarlaget? I apologize on my NA pronunciation. I did my best to get a phonetic, and I have a little little cheat note card on my desk right here that I can peek down at every single time. But Genji has been permabanned in this series through the ban phase, of course, and since he's not banned, he's going to be coming through. Genji, this might be exactly the sort of the kick, the Emerald Lagasse bam that the side of Motståndarlaget needs to be able to turn this series around. I did say it about the Tracer in the last game. I had a lot of faith in the Tracer, Malfurion, Greymane composition of the last game, but we get the father-son duo here with Andu and Varian for the side of Even More Clowns. Excuse me. Oops, all Discord. Oops, all Discord.
No.
Oh, Jesus. Twitch sub. If you need someone to run a tournament, don't hesitate to PM me. Oh, I will take you up on that cross. Absolutely, bud. Yeah. I still to this day am upset that Wisdom never let me run the Baja Blast Splish Splash Summer Bash. I'm so upset that they never let me run that tournament. Nancy, thank you for the gifted sub to Ashmantle. Thank you so very much for the gifted sub to Ashmantle. I really appreciate your support for this channel. The clowns are royalty can't lose. I mean, I'm royalty. I'm royalty. I'm seriously, I'm part of the House of Yasensky. No, spelling for it's insanity, and I never remember. So there's that. Also, I can never find information about it on the internet. I found it once. And then I couldn't find the Wikipedia for it again. But I remember there was like yeah. Anyways, we have the Kerosene band away as well as the Kerrigan. Okay. Sup, Sarlif? Slarif? I always forget how to say your name properly. 3 months until the anniversary of the Wisdom Betrayal. Oh, God. Really? 3 months? Hold on, do I still have the command?
All shall suffer.
September 1st, 2022 was the official day I was no longer working for Wisdom. September 1st. But I hadn't been like, I had like no work from them for like a long time before that. I'm 100% unbiased for Henning. Oh, okay.
I'm here to help.
What's up, Quid? How you doing, bud?
No man.
I mean, we're all part of Vlad Tepes. We're all, you know, our entire family's, you know, related to Vlad Tepes somehow, some way. It's in Romania, it's not 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon, it's 6 degrees from Vlad the Impaler. Or maybe it's like 6 meters away, get it? Because the impaling pole. I'm sorry, we rambled through this draft. Holy heck. I actually don't know whose draft I like more. The burst and the aggression from the side of Even More Clowns leads me to believe that they could take the series in a 3-0. But I don't know. I feel this weird sort of like, you know, Motståndarlaget, they could do it. Motståndarlaget, they could do it. I'm related to Martha Washington, not George, mind you, just Martha. Huh. Hey, Tatsuki.
Wow.
All right, which team wins Garden of Terror? Go ahead and get your gambles in. Is it going to be a 3-0?
Listen.
Or will it be a map number 4? Let's go ahead and find out here as we load into Garden of Terror. At least they didn't get you to move there. Yeah. They did ask me. They did ask me to move there. Long time ago. Very long time ago, they asked me to move there, and I was like, I moved to Tahoe, and I love this place. I don't really have a desire to move.
The battle begins shortly, heroes.
And then they did move people out there. And then, unfortunately, those people were let go. But on the left-hand side, we've got Even More Clowns. Even More Clowns! Svamgrada on the Leoric. We've got Henning on the Anduin. Lauber to play the Varian. We've got Gia on the Li Ming. And Skog to play the Tychus. To the right-hand side, we are looking at Motståndarlaget. We've got Sven on the Sonya, Breeze to play the Tyrael, Make on the Genji, Captain Rex to play this Uther, and Zero on the Jaina. There's your level 1s. Here's our first engagement. Who's going to win Towers of Doom? Excuse me, Garden of Terror. Don't know why I read the wrong name. Little pokes into the bush here and there. Lobber gonna get chunked. For those of you that have come a little late to this series, I do want to point out, Lobber has not died a single time yet. Lobber was 3 minutes late for the first lobby of this tournament, or this playdate, this qualifier, and all he said was he had a ritual. Now maybe this ritual is the reason Lobber hasn't died yet. I don't know. But whatever he did, it's working out for him. I got no bias. As I said, I want there to be 5 maps. That's the biggest thing I can ask for. Who wins? I hope the better team does. But I want 5 maps. And right now, even more clowns are looking for even less maps to be played. They have a nice momentum. Some early game domination in map number 1. Pretty good late game plays on the last map, Battlefield of Eternity. And we'll see how Garden of Terror goes. Now on the opposing side, have there been enough augments, enough adjustments made to their draft or playstyle on Motståndarlaget to be able to to be able to take this map? We'll see if they've got their brooms out. But right now, a lot of camps to be grabbed on the side, on Garden of Terror. Neither team going for any sort of major aggressive fight. By the way, Tychus did go into dash at level 1, increase the range of running gun by 50%. When cast, increase Tychus movement speed by 20% for 2.5 seconds. An attempt to pressure out Skog here in the mid lane, but Lobber comes through and says hello and delays things out a little bit. Speaking of Lobber, on that variant, going to be going to Lion's Maw level 1, looking for those 25 stacks. Level 4, it's going to be taunts. You're not going to be seeing any sort of screaming Lobbers this game. Not going to be able to colossally smash faces, but Lobber taking a lot of damage here. Have I cast or cursed Lobber? Anduin healing is okay. I do think Henning has got a Leap of Faith available. Yes, they do. Leap of Faith is available for them, and this is going to just be a clean back away from Lobber. No items, or excuse me, no utility necessary. First seed will be on the left-hand side of the map, favoring the positioning for even more clowns. We've got Leorc forcing Sven back a bit in top lane. Svampgrada pushing up the wave with the Siege Giants. And Tychus still soaking out the mid lane. We will have Motståndarlaget with the level 6 achieved first, but not by much. A little bit of an experience lead, faster waves to be cleared out, and I do think that the camps are equal in experience, yeah. Though I do want to point out, Jaina on the top right of your minimap will be grabbing that Bruiser camp. A delay from Make gets the agility in, the Shurikens, and then the Swift Strike out, but doesn't get the delay out onto... Nope, that was the wrong... Nope, no, I had the right one. Sorry, I thought I was cycling through numbers. I thought I pulled away too early there, but no, we were just looking at some stats really fast. For the experiences, Make grabs the regeneration globes here from the bottom lane. Li Ming did go into Aether Walker at level 1, so she's not power hungry or anything like that. Lobber cheating, nothing new. Lobber would never cheat. No bias. Nice cleanse from Uther onto Zero 2. Dropping low on the Jaina, continuing to try and throw out some damage here. Turndles to get that trait, that baseline trait, finished out with that 12,000 frostbite value, or excuse me, 12,000 damage for frostbite for the advanced ice block. It pick up about like 2k right there, I think. It was around like 3,000, now it's around sitting on like 5k, so not too bad for Jaina. Still working on that improved ice block. As the Arcane Orb will slap her in the butt. You know, you think you get enough sleep, you think you know how to talk for the day, but just not the case whatsoever, as we do have a mid-lane engagement on the Lobber here. Getting a little bit low, trying to do their best to parry through all the damage. Wiggling his way out here and there. Henning still, I think, has a Leap of Faith up and available. Yes, they do. We'll cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like while we wait for our objective phase to be channeled. All the skeletal defenders have been cleared out. Li Ming with an arcane orb, but the magic missile actually pokes Zero really quickly. Sonya still on top, the Tychus in the bottom lane, Genji making his rotation up as Swamp Grotto gets a delay with the Spectral Leech. Excuse me, with the Drain Hope. 0-0 in kills, slight experience advantage over to the side of Motståndarlaget as the Tychus tries to close that gap in the bottom lane, grabbing another wave. Genji making a quick rotation to bottom. Jaina just letting the towers do most of the work for her as she rotates for a Siege Giant camp in the bottom. 1-1 out of the 3 seeds for either of these sides. More camps to be grabbed. And as I mentioned, 10 talents here on the horizon. A little bit faster to our red team. We'll see if they're able to grab this fast and do anything with it. Though, if I'm not mistaken, that is a dead zone. No way. Yeah, okay, I was about to say. First blood goes over to the side of even more clowns, and that does get them 10 first. Entomb, Wave of Force, Commandeer Odin, Variant. Did he go charge upgrade? Just check really quickly, honestly. He's got 2 stacks of parry, so yeah, he's charge upgrade. Genji jumping in, that's a light bomb from the Anduin. Henning trying to get some great heals, but that is the first kill for the side of Motståndarlaget. I think, is that their first kill the entire series so far? I'm not 100% about map number 1, but I'm pretty sure the last map was one-sided when it comes to kills. Hey, that's a big experience bolster, or like a big team bolster. Struggling not to get kills in a series, it really just feels awful. So getting that 1 kill right there might be a bit of a momentum jump over to the side of Motståndarlaget. A little bit of a bolster for them as Breeze wants to pressure out here and fight, but it's not going to work out. Gia with some more magic missiles as Sonya grabs the camp in the top right. She is Wrath Berserker. We didn't talk about Genji as he did go into Dragon Blade. Okay, the bottom lane easily cleared out. Sonya's got a bruiser camp for the top. Another seed, this one on the top left of the map. Will the members of our red team give this away, or is this going to be contested? Try and get the Garden Terror. Still some wave clear here and there to be had. Level 13 is pretty close to both sides. Skog dashes forward. We do have a DC, so that's going to be a pause right there. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Welcome back into the game here. Map number 3. Thank you all for your patience. Sorry for the delay as we have top lane siege continuing. We are going to have that top lane camp, or that bruiser camp, sorry. As I had mentioned earlier, Sonya grabbed is going to be shoved into this top lane. We do have the seed in the top left up and available as well. This could be the Garden Terror to the side. Motståndarlaget, but they get the fork front gate. Wrath Berserker from the Sonya still up and available. She is slamming and jamming here and there, so she will take a tower shot or 2. Peeking into the bottom lane, some counter siege to be had, looking like it's actually going way better to the side of even more clowns. Maybe stepping past the fort. No, this will be fort guaranteed in the bottom lane. Breeze trying to get the channel. That's an interrupt with Wave of Force from the Li Ming. As the fort does go down, Breeze trying to get away with the Druid's Might. Sven inside. The Entomb says, cool, I'll go ahead and spin on top of Svant's head. And that'll be a kill over to the side of Motståndarlaget as Gia is going to try and blink away and is able to get away right there. And Sven with the channel. Genji deflecting the damage incoming. The Yorick 12 seconds away. He's cheating. Death Elf Druid's Might into the bush. 13 talent here advantage to the side. Actually, excuse me, to neither side. Sorry, for some reason I thought it was 12 to 13 ever so slightly. Bottom lane still has push coming through, and this will be Henning with the channel. And my apologies, Uther does go down. That's Li Ming with a reset. Sorry, I was skimming the chat right there. Okay, the top lane siege will continue as the bottom lane fort has gone down. Skog jumping in to push this up faster, and another fort will fall. Bottom lane camp has been grabbed by Sven with the Wrath Berserker still up and available for the time being. Jaina, she's got her improved ice block done. Uther with the silver touches completed out. Genji Shuriken Mastery is done. Lauber with his level 1. Lion's Maw is done. 3 stacks currently for the Anduin on the Piercing Light. 0 stacks for the Master Assassin on Tychus. realize that my cup of tea is almost empty again. I don't know where that worked. How'd it happen? Spear, Wrath Berserker, a lot of pressure onto Lobber here, who's able to back away, or actually he's going to be yoinked out of the engagement with a Leap of Faith from Anduin. Wrath Berserker from Sonya should expire here. Actually, that purple bar is still fairly good. So should be able to auto attack and keep that going. That's taunt from taunt from Lobber. We also see the light bomb from the Anduin. Sonya goes down. Sanctification from Breeze. Does save a few here, but I don't think they'll be able. Oh no, Breeze, you gotta back out of this one. Improve Ice Block. Divine Shield from the Uther. Captain Rex saves Zero. Maka able to get out of here as well. Captain Rex does go down, trying to wiggle his way away from all that incoming damage. Here come the Garden Tears, and the mid lane fort will fall. All of the outer layers of Motståndarlaget has fallen. Really good pressure continuing in from even more clowns in this qualifier. Things are looking a little scary over to the side of our red team, and how will they reel it back in? How are they going to recover here? Sonya clearing out the top lane with Wrath Berserker. Mid lane still being poked at here and there. The mid lane fort going down to about 50%. Siege Giants backing the siege as well are going to continue to rain in damage. Bottom lane with Leoric will take down the fort front gate. The plant overgrowth is going to be cleared out. Genji jumps in, little deflect here and there. These Garden Terrors are getting some fantastic siege. No structures outside of that mid lane fort to fall, but a great amount of siege through the mid and bottom. Top lane, I think, was just opened up a little bit. We'll check that in just a second. As taunt from the Varian, light bomb from the Anduin, connecting onto two. Li Ming looking for another reset and two onto the lower end of our screen here. Ice block from the Jaina buys a window. Leoric Wraith walking through a lot of enemies as he does have that ominous Wraith and Royal Focus combo. Drain Hope. It's a reset city for Li Ming. With 12 minutes into the map, this is looking like it is going to be even more clowns taking the series in a 3-0. Here in the Sweden qualifier, Genji doing their best to deflect as much as possible. Dragon Blade looking for a last bit of damage onto GR's Vom Grotto, but can't get that kill and doesn't want to give a reset over to Li Ming. The Leoric will fall. Divine Shield onto the Genji. 60-some%, actually more than 60% left, as it's going to be a very low core. Little bit of damage here and there. Breeze looking for an angle to jump in. 70% has fallen off this core, and that is Wrath Berserker popped. If this fight does not go well, they need this fight to go well on the side of Motståndarlaget. The Varian will go down. Make chasing out, but not a whole lot of HP on this Genji. Kata. Oh, Catapult will go down.
Hero slain.
I honestly thought we were done with this engagement. 90 HP on the keep in mid.
There's my
I thought we were done with this engagement. Tychus is traded for Tyrael. Tyrael getting no cooldown reduction on Death Timer. Leoric will respawn. Tries to get some spooky value right there with the spect. Oh wait, hold on. Leoric still chasing out in bottom lane. All right, sorry, I am skimming chat really quickly. Mid lane keep is saved. Sonya is going to clear out the sappers, but I don't think she'll be able to get the channel with Leoric and Li Ming making this rotation. Alright, Leoric should have nice magic missiles from Li Ming. She does have the Mirror Ball level 16. Water Elemental from the Jaina immediately popped right here. Wrath Berserker for the Sonya. She's trying to just spin away for that speed against Leoric, and she will be zoned away down to about 10% HP. She's actually going to spin on top of this camp over here on the right-hand side just to try and get some extra healing, as the Light Bomb is going to be timed out. Gets the stun on Jaina. She will get a Divine Shield from Captain Rex, who's looking to stay alive from the Li Ming combos. Gia jumps in. Wave of Force. It's not... Oh, mid lane. Tychus does take down the keep. Tychus is split from this engagement. Leoric is able to Wraith walk out. Leap of Faith from Anduin. Does have the Glyph of Faith level 16. Tychus on core. Tychus just on core with Commandeer Odin. Zero wants the channel, which would give a little bit of delay out for the objective phase. excuse me, for the siege through the bottom and mid. Now, Skog might have just died here. Skog might have just died. Speed from Tyrael. Wrath Berserker from the Sonya. Does she have a spear to close the distance? No, he's out. Skog is out. That is so unfortunate. No damage onto the core, but still, that's so unfortunate to not be able to get that kill. Entomb with the Buried Alive, and Sonya goes down. Oh, wow. Taunt from Lawbird, Light Bomb from the Anduin, connecting onto the Tyrael, gets the Eldruin's Might out, Wave of Force from Li Ming. She wants the reset onto Breeze over here. We do have Henning right now getting harassed by the Genji. Somehow Breeze is still alive. Make is still alive with like 25 HP. But they're going Corrigan. They're looking for Corrigan. Zero's dead. That's a reset for Li Ming. Alright, yeah, I do think that once again this is going to be a map over to the side of... Oh, no. Are they playing with their food? Yes, they are. Taunt onto Tyrael. Entomb with the Buried Alive. Genji goes down as well.
Team kill!
Dominated red team. The GGs. I don't know if they're going to even be called out right now because that is even more clowns. Taking map number 3. Okay, alright. Now we're going for another...
Team kill!
And that'll be the series over to the side of even more clowns. They 3-0 the series. GG, well played.